Alright. Hello fellow viewers and welcome back to yet another live square shiny hunt. And if you ever thought about how to RNG manipulate a shiny stationary, more specifically a Castform, well this is this is the perfect video to watch, or the perfect stream to watch, depending if you're watching live or not. Not that it matters, this is the surefire way how to RNG manipulate a shiny Castform in Ruby or Sapphire. And what you need to do first is with Pokefinder, you need to click on stationary instead of wild in the Generation 3 section. And that's what I'm doing now. This is not a wild RNG hunt, it's a stationary one, so quick explanation of the specific difference. Wild is everything I can find in the grass, like in these tiles. If I were to run around here, eventually this will happen, and this is a wild encounter. So these, of course, you can also RNG manipulate for, which I do quite often on this channel. But stationary encounters are every Pokemon that you either, like legendaries, you have to click on them, fight them in the overworld, or the why not egg that you get, or the starter at the beginning of the game. Those are all, or gift Pokemon as well, those are stationary Pokemon. So be sure to have this set up correctly. Pick out the profile that you want. In my case, I have a lot. So Castform is a 50-50% gender difference, or has a 50-50% gender ratio. The delay for Castform is 150. At least that's what I found out, because I already successfully RNG manipulated a shiny Castform. And since this is a square exclusive hunt, I'm going for square. Of course, when you're doing this, you may not get any square shinies. If you just want to see or look for shinies, click on star square. And then if you have everything set up like you want it to, hit generate. And there we go. I mean, this is a very early frame, 4791. When you click on that, copy, paste it into target frame. Make sure in the options of Ian Timer that it is set to GBA. If you're playing on a DS, you should change it depending on what DS you're using it for. Of course, there's not. Wait, before I go, this is the Weather Institute. This is where you need to go. Make sure there's one free spot in your party, or else it's not gonna work. This is not like the newer games where the gift Pokemon, should you not have enough room in your team, they get sent to the PC automatically. That's a that's something that's not present in the older games, unfortunately. Right, so save in front of this NPC, this scientist, and you just go through the dialogue until the text says this. Of course, this changes from language to language, but usually a good way or easy way to remember is if you don't see the red triangle, then you should be good. And then you click A, and the moment it says you got the Castform, that's where the Castform is generated. So I need to get it on frame 4791, and then I'm gonna have a shiny Castform, which is gonna be female. It's gonna have hidden power fire, and it's gonna have pretty okay IVs. I mean, HP is 30, is pretty good. And it's gonna be square, which, of course, that's what I want for the stream. Hey there, human name, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? May RNGesus bless thee. Yeah, I think this is going to be a quick hunt. Remember when oh, you weren't there, but I did a spontaneous live stream where I RNG manipulated a Lily, and like within 15 minutes I've gotten the shiny. So if that happens again, I'll just continue. I'll end the stream and then I'll do another stream with my shiny only challenge on my Ruby. Hey there, Ahmed, welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Let's see how fast I'll get this Castform. Love this little dude, he's the best. Pretty cute, yeah. Kind of the shiny is, it kind of looks like the Castform has like some kind of glasses on. Like these large designer sunglasses. Where you can also get the glass of the sunglasses be yellow. Or any other color, if you wish. It's pretty cute. And I'm glad that they finally changed it so that in the newer games, the shiny, when it changes forms, depending on the weather, they get new colors. Because it wasn't the case before, which is, I mean, come on. So, if I did it correctly, and with correctly I mean frame perfect, so 1/60th of a second, then I have a shiny, but I can see already it's a male, and the shiny should be female, so let's try it a couple of times without calibration. And if I should mess up for too long, then I usually calibrate. That's how I do it. Also, you should probably press A very early with this NPC, because NPCs turning around and facing another direction and changing that can actually advance frames, and you don't want that to happen. So that can make RNG manipulation hunts very inconsistent. I was planning on joining that stream. I saw that the stream had ended when I had time. Yeah, it was pretty short, and it was spontaneous. I didn't really tell anyone that I was going to stream. And it went really quickly, so this time I will do the shiny only challenge. So at least there's a bit of something, right? Not just 15 minutes, or what was it? Under half an hour. Just like with the Deoxys hunt, that one went really quickly. Alright, 3 seconds. Couldn't be in yesterday's stream since I have final exams in 10 days. Yeah, I read that, and I mean, no problem. Okay, so I know it's not a, it's a modest one, funnily, but, not what I want. From May 21 to May 29, so I may miss some streams. Hey, no problem. I understand how that is like. I do wonder, I think yesterday, wasn't there Champions League or something like that? Again, I'm not a soccer or football person, so excuse me if I'm saying things that make no sense. But I thought, I saw that because for some reason Windows 10 shows you when that is. But I did wonder, I know, because you are into football a lot. And good luck on your final exams. Hopefully these go well. So the timing is very close to the one in Europe. Whereas some finals are also during these days. Madrid versus Bayern, yeah. That's what I thought. No, did I hit that frame already? I kind of remember seeing the first one I've hit being a jolly male one. 2 football teams, I hate them. Oh, so you... What am I doing? So you hate both Real Madrid, as I've... Not Real Madrid, but always when I hear it in Europe, it's Real Madrid, which I assume is the correct pronunciation. And you don't like Bayern München, or Bayern Munich, however you would pronounce that in English. And now I pressed start before, that was already the muscle memory kicking in. Press start and then immediately hover over a Pokemon knowing Sweet Scent. Even though this is a stationary hunt, of course, it's not gonna accomplish much. Let's hope both of them lose. How would that work? I know that a lot of football tournaments use a points system, so they could still both lose, but I'm absolutely not sure what this tournament uses. Could they both lose? Do they do the brackets thing with the points? It's a male one, so it's not... Keep getting male non-shiny ones. Interesting. And make sure that the make sure that the gender ratio is actually set correctly, because you might be missing something. And in my when I did the Lileep shiny hunt, I forgot that the fossils in Generation 3 have much higher odds of being male than female. I thought they were 50-50, like with almost every single Pokemon ever. And no, it wasn't. So don't just dismiss it because you see certain gender. Make sure that the Pokemon that you're hunting, that everything needs to be pretty correct. Real in Spanish means royal. Oh, okay, since Real Madrid is the royal team of the Madrid city. I didn't even know that, honestly. No, sadly, one must win, and the same final Real Madrid won the 3 minutes of the game. Didn't watch, but I know. Oh, you probably checked the results without watching the game. Okay. Let's see how correct I was this time. It's a male, so probably not. Nah. As I said many times before, the timing needs to be frame perfect both times. But eventually you're gonna get it. And you have essentially infinite tries, so... With RNG hunting, failing a shiny is not really that much of a problem. You always have a second try. And a third try. And a, N+1 try. As many tries as you want. Till the universe runs out of entropy for there's something to change, so there's plenty of time to hunt them all. And I might also mention the fact that should you ever on this channel or on my Patreon or on my Ko-fi or on my Subscribe Star, it doesn't matter, in any form, give me $1, you can get one of any of the shinies that I hunt. I will clone them and I will trade them over to you. Pokemon Home accepts all of them. They are legit. They're not hacked by or anything. Oh, for a second I thought, a female one? Is it the right one? Did I hit it correctly? But... And I checked to make absolutely sure, and yes, Castform has a gender ratio of 50-50. was hoping Real Madrid lost or loses, but again, pull a top class plot armor moment. A plot armor moment, yeah, no more words are needed, I know what that means. Real Madrid plot armor is as strong as Ash. Oh, you mean Ash as in he always turns out to have astronomical luck in the anime? For the record, Real Madrid was losing in the last 3 minutes and they scored 2 goals. Oh, well, well, yeah, they won. That's how it goes. Oh, you got Japanese Emerald. Congrats, animator, and welcome to the stream. How you doing? I remember you telling me you tried to get Japanese Pokemon Emerald. And I'm glad you did. Might also get it one day. And these cartridges are much less expensive than English ones. English ones are the most expensive ones. Oh, you ordered it today? Yeah, I know. The anticipation and just waiting every single day, counting the seconds until you get it. Okay, maybe not seconds, don't do that. But you know what I mean. The cheapest I've gotten Emerald, well, to be fair, technically the cheapest I've gotten Emerald for was for free because my mom gave it to me as a gift, so I didn't have to pay for it. But on a flea market in Luxembourg once, I think it was like 10 years ago, or about 10 years ago, where my husband was still my boyfriend. And we went to a flea market in Wolfa. And there we found Pokemon Emerald French version for 50 cents. 50 cents. And if you go on eBay now and you check the prices, they often go for hundreds of euros. And I found it for 50 cents. I think that's one of the most extreme deals I made. That was amazing, getting a game like that for 50 cents. Oh yeah, the US spamming has to commence. What would you be without that? Okay, let's check. That's a male, so no. Do I keep hitting the same couple of frames? Maybe. Not first time, that is funny though. 2 years ago, Real Madrid was losing 5-3 to Man City. Okay, don't know who Man City is, but okay. The last minute, they scored 2 goals to make it 5-5 and win extra time. And then they won, like with the extra time. Do they do the 11-meter thing, or is that just an EM and WM World Championship thing? Again, I'm a football noob, so that's why I'm asking. Yeah, just for 50 cents, that's it. That's incredibly cheap. I could make a big profit, but no, I gifted that Emerald cartridge to my husband. And that one I'm gonna also attempt to do or at least that one or the one that my nephew has. I'm gonna do a live demonstration how to RNG manipulate from the beginning, just like I did with that Ruby copy of mine. Although Emerald is a bit harder to do that on than the other ones. Okay, that's no naive one. Yeah, 50 cents, I mean, that is just insane. Or maybe more insane was the fact that I, on another flea market in Luxembourg, that was in Schöffling, which is a small city in the south, I found a black GameCube with 4 controllers, original Nintendo controllers, the black controllers that came with the GameCube. And it had the Game Boy Player attachment. And it had the Game Boy Player CD. And I got that for €12. And if you look up on eBay or Amazon or any other website, or just on Google, and you look up what each of these cost alone, I mean, I paid €12 for something that now you would probably have to pay at least 250. At least 250, I would say. So flea markets are really, really good if you want to make good deals. Of course, I could sell them for massive profit, but I'm not doing that. I'm actually using the things because I'm a fan of them. After 90 minutes of football, it's draw. They go the extra time 30 minutes, and if it's still draw, they go penalty shootout. What's penalty shootout again? Oh, I thought this time I had it. Saw the female symbol, I was like, ah, this is it. But no. I'm moving to a flea market. Do you not have flea markets, the Faroese Islands? I mean, to be fair, probably not. It's a very European thing. But yeah, I go to a lot of flea markets, not just in Luxembourg, but also in Germany, in France, in Belgium, in the Netherlands. Where else? In Austria, I think I was, but that's a bit long of a drive. I can get to Maastricht, or that is like south of southern Netherlands. I can go there by car in around 4 hours. That's okay, but Austria is a bit further away. I really need to drive. It's a long drive. Hey there, Kaiser Kamazin. Welcome back to the stream. How you doing? Shout out to one of my Patreons, Kaiser Kamazin. Oh, you have one for clothes? I mean, we do that as well, but basically our flea markets are sell anything you don't want anymore. Sometimes you see the weirdest things being sold. Like the one I go to in Belgium quite often, there's some kind of doctor who sells old doctor's equipment. Like lenses for an ophthalmologist. No one has bought him yet, but I see him every single time that flea market takes place. And he has other diagrams of the human body that he just sells. I mean, of course, if he's not, I think he's retired and of course not serving as a doctor anymore. So what is he gonna do with these? For some reason, every time I meet someone in school, they tell me you look like a nerd, and they think I'm one of those who cry if they don't get 100 out of 100 when I'm good in some subject and in other I'm good. Okay, how does a nerd look like today? I mean, I'm a nerd, yet I don't really look the part. If you just took a look at me, most of the time you wouldn't assume I'm a nerd, but pretty sure you told me you're not like that. Not that you're not nerdy, but you won't get upset if you don't get 100 out of 100. So that's how tests are scored in Iraq, out of 100. Interesting, because in Luxembourg it's 60, and in some other countries it changes again. I mean, I know the Americans don't even have a test grading system like that. Don't you use the A, B, C, D? I don't even know if you use E. I've never seen E before as a grade, so I assume not. But I have seen F, and I assume that is failed. I don't know if a D- would pass or not. I don't know, but in normal, like 70 to 90, that how good I'm only history and English, I get 100. Well, still, you can, I mean, also someone who's good in grades in school doesn't mean that they're very intelligent. Doesn't always have to mean that, right? I remember being in a really small class once and someone was crying because they got an 89% on a test while I was sitting there with a 67. Yeah, I've also seen people like that. 89, that's really good, come on. Okay, that's again a jolly male one. Like, I think I'm doing it. I think I might be hitting the same frames. Well, gotta go, Infinite. Sorry if I couldn't talk too much. Oh, no problem. I was watching other stuff and whatever. Gotta go for the night. Have a good stream and everything in America. Alright, thank you for stopping by, Animator, and see you next time. In America, the letters correspond to a certain percentage. Okay, I assume A+ is the best one. Because, I mean, even through cartoons back in the day, you would kind of, through cultural osmosis, understand what the grades mean. 67 is a D+. Okay, and 89% is a B+, okay. So an A- is the lower 90s? In this case, is that how I have to understand it? Hopefully I hit it this time. Not a Lily, but still. Huh? Nah, that's not it. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and soon I think I'm gonna maybe calibrate. Let's see. I should specify it's a range. For example, a B+ is from 89 to 87. Ah, okay, okay. Again, we used a different system. Well, it is interesting to see how other countries grade differently. I also had that was in primary or elementary school. I still forget which one of you says primary and which one of you says elementary. I don't know which one is British and which one is American. I keep forgetting those, so I always end up saying both. But anyway, missing the point. The point is, I had a classmate like that in primary elementary school, and when she got a 58 once out of 60, which is almost perfect, and she had a full-on tantrum in the class, like how unacceptable that was. And I thought she did that on purpose, but thinking back, maybe not. Who knows, maybe she had parents that had very high expectations of her. But I do remember that and being like, why would you cry so much for that? The plus is usually... Ah, okay, so when it ends in 9 and 7, where X stands for a number in the tens place. Normal, not plus or minus grade is from 6. Ah, okay. And minus range is from 3 to 0. Ah, okay, that's how it... Okay. Okay, now I understand how the system works. But yeah, sometimes it's not the child being spoiled or trying to get attention, but maybe they have parents that really have super high expectations, and I hope that she didn't get abused just because she didn't bring home a 60 out of 60. A's are in the 90s or 100%, B's on the 80s, C's on the 70s, D are in the 60s, and anything below a 60 is an F or failing grade. Okay, so if you score a 51, you fail. These can also be some failing grades in some schools. Okay. So how does that transfer if you got D's in... Okay, I think it's time to start calibrating. Alright, so I got a male one, and it's a quirky one. Kautsik is quirky. Quirky is the last. And we want to be around 4,000 something. Well, that's a lot. You have to do the good old hidden power again. Yeah, but how does that transfer? For example, if I come from a school and let's say I gotten D's in everything, but in that school D was you pass, and then I transfer to a school where D's would be a failure. How would that work, or would that not work at all? There was a story in my school, long story short. In middle school I got 80 to 100 in all subjects, but I failed in one subject. I had to repeat the whole school year for math. I was crying that day. Oh no, that sucks. I completely understand, because something like that has happened to me as well, and it's a really infuriating way. I mean, it's very annoying having to repeat a whole year just because of one single subject. And yeah, that is a thing that happens quite often in Luxembourg, because people sometimes they aren't good at French, for example, and because they failed in French, but they didn't fail the rest, they still have to repeat the whole year. That must suck so much. And it does, I mean, I know. Yeah, my college only made these no longer a failing grade around 4 years ago. Okay. Okay, what is your hidden power type? Wird es zu einem Stahl. Okay, it's steel. 4,000. I think it is this one. The other one would be a tad too late. So let's hit update and try again. Felt like I was shamed till this day. I felt like shame for my family. Oh, don't. But I do understand how it feels like SHIT, but I'm pretty sure that once you're like a fully fledged adult and you're working somewhere, that you forget about that. Or maybe you think back and you're like, ugh, well, 1 year more of school, but then, now you're at that time you're in a better place. Let's hope that's how it goes. I think it really depends, but at the university level, I think if you were transferring into a college where a D is a fail, they'd probably reject the D's and force you to retake the class. Yeah, seems fair. Gotta make sure you are forced to retake those classes so they can make money off of you. Yeah, it depends on the school, right? In Luxembourg, most go to public schools, not to private schools. Although we do have some, I know people that went to private schools where it wasn't really that expensive, but still it is pretty annoying and frustrating to have to retake a year just because of one subject. Oh, it's female. Let's see. No, it's a calm one. So it's a female and nature is calm. Calm is there. And let's do initial advances with 4,000 so I don't have to scroll every single time. Okay, so could be many of them. And do the hidden power thing, and that's how you calibrate. Then the best thing you can face is a Kecleon, which has the ability when it's hurt as well, but hit by a certain move. It assumes the type of that move it was last hit with. And it's a super easy way to figure out the hidden power type of the Pokemon you're shiny hunting for, if you're calibrating. And since I haven't fought the Kecleon that you have to use the Devon scope for, I can use these. But there's also a trainer who has a Kecleon on Route 121. Who's bugging me now? Of course, it's an Oddish, of course. Who else is gonna bug me? I mean, most people here also go to public schools, or not at all anymore. Friend and I were talking about how the only reason American colleges offer mental health services for free is so you stay alive to keep paying the university. Oh, that's very dark, but I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't be surprised. Gusht, that is rock type, because Gestein wouldn't fit in, I guess. Okay, so it's hidden power rock. Ah. Okay, so we've... Oh, I was 1 frame late? Are you kidding me? Or early? Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. My tuition is $40,000 a year. That's not reasonable for most people. Yeah, that's a lot of money. And your tuitions have interest, right? A lot of interest, because in Luxembourg, when you get a loan for university, the government guarantees you that there's no no interest on these. And it doesn't seem like you have that, which is another unfair thing. What was your feeling when you beat Claire and she didn't give you the gym badge in Pokemon Generation 2? Oh yeah, she started crying and I was like, oh come on, don't be pathetic, just give it to me. But like I said before, she wasn't I don't hate her as much. Is it Claire or you think Whitney? Oh no, you mean Claire as in you have to do that stupid... Oh yeah, the dragon woman. Yeah, I was angry at that, having to complete another thing to get the badge. I think you're referring to that. I think she is named Claire in the English version. Again, them having different names in different languages gets confusing sometimes. Is that not the same? Is that not the exact same one I've gotten before? A female calm one? Is the game trolling me again? Or did I hit another calm female one? There are multiple frames like that, but not all of them have the same hidden power, so let's check. It would be kind of funny if I really was 1 frame late again, but oh well. That's just how it goes. Sometimes I get it the very first reset and sometimes it takes hours. Don't ask me why, I've been doing this for a long time now, but... Yeah, the 8 gym leader, yeah, I was angry. Really annoyed. Didn't felt like doing the extra thing to get my badge. Okay. Let's see what the hidden power is. This is the, this is one of the Kecleons that I'm gonna hunt. Ah, it's a ghost. Okay, so I didn't hit the same frame. Good to know. Ghost. Okay, I hit that frame. Alright. Fair enough. I feel like Europe should start taking American refugees. As dark as it sounds, yeah. We have a lot of, at least in the capital of Luxembourg, we have a lot more English-speaking people than we usually had. And I also see, I haven't seen this many Americans living in Europe since ever, and be it in Germany, be it in France, although I don't know a lot that live in France, but I do know a couple that live, well, no, not friends with them, but we went to university together, you know, acquaintances. And they're not looking back. They don't want to go back. They sold pretty much everything to stay in the Netherlands or in Germany. You will be an American refugee? Oh, you told me that you wanna, weren't you saying you wanted to move to Australia, Kaiser Kamazin? That was you, right? I also want to visit Australia once. Okay, let's see. Yes, there we go! Shiny Castform, finally! There she is. That's the one we're looking for. Got it, very good. So, of course, what do we do, dear children? When you get a shiny, you save. It's the first thing you do, you save. After you gotten the endorphin rush from getting the shiny, finally. So let's showcase it, how it looks like. And then I'm gonna do a new stream tab. And then I'm gonna continue with the shiny only challenge on Ruby, so... Oh yeah. And the attack missed, of course. It's ridiculous. I have friends who live in Europe and their tuition is a reasonable amount, or their loans don't have interest and can be forgiven easily. Yeah, like my loans, I have to pay them back, but they have 0% interest. Never. They will never have interest. And the Luxembourgish government actually guarantees that. And that's, I thought that was normal, but no. And there we go, shiny Castform. Square shiny Castform. And I can show you if I do a sunny day. Unfortunately, it does not have a shiny form when it transforms, which sucks. See, it looks just like the normal cast form when it's sunny. I can also showcase this for the other forms. If this thing doesn't wreck me now. Yeah, I have to work for 20 years at a non-profit organization to have my loans forgiven. I have interest and it's so much money it would put most 6 feet under. Yeah. It's a lot of money. And the interest, I mean... Oh, and you make me flinch so that I can't do my attack. You won't even let me flee? Nah. Isn't the interest so high with student loans in America that you end up never being able to pay them back? At least I did hear that a lot from Americans. And that's just absolutely ridiculous. And predatory, of course. Don't think that's a big secret. Okay, I'll try to pull off a rain dance. And then you can see the raindrop form. Which unfortunately doesn't really change with the shiny form as well. But should you get this clone from me, then I will guarantee in the newer games it will definitely change. And then you can brag to your friends and show them this. I have a shiny Castform. So, this is it for this stream. I will do a new stream for soon, so in about 15 minutes I'm gonna continue with the Pokemon Shiny Only Challenge. So, see you then. Thank you for being part of the stream, and goodbye, and see you soon.